Hello and welcome to another episode of our Daily Groove. My name is Kit Mills, and today we're going to be working on the Boogaloo. If you've ever heard this before, you will know what I mean. It's a fast version of it. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to change it slightly. Very, very cool groove. Shows up in all kinds of different ways. It really, it came out of kind of a collision of Latin and rock and roots stuff back in the early 60s and became a really influential groove and kind of root groove, I think, of many other kinds in funk, and, you know, made its way back into rock, and then later on with the birth of hip-hop, people were sampling, in other words, recording these older recordings of drum breaks with that groove or something like it in there, and then speeding that up and using that as kind of the background for their stuff. And it's been used in a lot of different types of styles since. So very, very useful groove to get down, and I'm going to show you how to get into it today. So the first thing is we're going to slow it down a little bit, and we're going to simplify it. We're going to play the We Will Rock You groove, you know, stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap, you know, stomp, stomp, clap, really simple. If we do the snare drum, and then if we play eighth note hi-hat along with it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're already much of the way there. We have 2 notes to add, actually, so not very much. And the 2 notes that we need to add, however, are a little different because they don't line up with the 8th notes. They're 16th notes. They fall in between the hi-hat. So what we're going to need to do is get a little more comfortable, if you're not already, with playing left hands in between your right hands. Or if you're left-handed, doing the opposite. Left hand on the hi-hat, right hand in between. So here's the first thing you could do. Start out with just playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then play 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Try that with me. But feel the hi-hat as being on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's do a slight alteration to that. Let's put a bass drum along with the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now this is not, of course, the Boogaloo Groove, but this is preparatory to it. This will help you get some of the coordination down. That's going to make it easier to play. And this is what it looks like a little faster. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And a little faster. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Okay. So think of that as a little bit of a warm-up. Now let's go back to our We Will Rock You groove. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, first thing we need to do is we're going to add one of the different offbeats, and it's going to be the of beat 2. What we're going to do is just loop these 2 beats over and over again. So it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and a 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 1. Now, what's the actual sticking going on here? Well, the first beat's simple enough. That's just the 1 and, right hand and bass drum together. Beat 2 is both right left. So again, both right left. So we have bass drum, both right left. Bass, bass, both, right, left. Bass, bass, both, right, left. Bass, bass, both, right, left. A little faster. Bass, bass, both, right, left. Bass, bass, both, right, left. Bass, bass, both, right, left, bass, bass, both, right, left, bass. Perhaps the trickiest thing a lot of times for newer players is to get used to coming out of that offbeat left hand, the in-between one, and coming right to a bass drum and hi-hat. And so that's what that earlier exercise is to get you used to, is going quickly back and forth between a left hand offbeat and then the bass in the right hand. So that's the first part of this groove. 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and a bass, both, right, left, bass, bass, both, right, left, bass, bass, both, right, left, bass, bass, both, right, left, bass. Now, we can also go on to the next part of it, which is on beat 3, we have a snare drum that comes in between the bass drums. So if we keep that rhythm, we're going to put a snare drum in between it. 3, E, and, like that. Try it with me. Here we go. Ready, go. 3, E, and again, here we go. Bass, left, bass. Ready, go. Bass, left, bass. Ready, go. Or you could think right, left, right. Ready, go. Right, left, right. And all that's left to do is play beat 4, which is 4 and. Has the backbeat, so the left snare hit along with the hi-hat, then a final hi-hat hit. So we put these together and we get right, left, right, and then both hands and then the right. Let's try just that part. 2, ready, go. 3, E, and 4, and. Bass, left, bass, both hands, right. Right, left, right, both, 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 right. Let's try it slightly faster. 1, E, and, ready, go. Right, left, right, both, right. Right, left, right, both, right. Or bass, left, bass, both, right. Bass, left, bass, both hands, right. So, do you remember the first part at this point? We go back to beat 1 and 2, we had this. Bass, bass, both, right, left. Bass, bass, both, right, left, if we're repeating it. Now what we have to do is take that first half of the measure and put it back to back with the second half of the measure. So here's what it looks like. We're going to end up with 2 offbeat lefts in a row, like this. Bass, bass, both, right, left, bass, left, bass, both, right. 1 and 2, right, left, right, left, right, snare drum, right. 1 and 2 and 3, E, and 4, and. So some of you will probably find this doable. You'll understand, oh, okay, I see how these patterns fit together. Others of you may be tripping over what exactly to do when, and I've got another way to approach this for you. So for those of you who've already got this down, this feels pretty comfortable. Here's a little bit faster. 1 and 2 and 3, E, and 4, and. Bass, bass, both, right, left, right, left, right, both, right. Bass, bass, both, right, left, right, left, right, both, right. Bass, bass, both, right, left, right, left, right, both, right. Bass, bass, both, right, left, right, left, right, both, right. Now, for those of you for whom this is a little bewildering, let's do this. We'll play all the hand parts by themselves. 1 and 2 and 3, E, and here it goes. Right, right, both. Right, left, right, left, right, both. Right, right, both. Right, left, right, left, right, both. Right. If I were playing on the snare drum, right, right, both, right, left, right, left, right, both, right. That's how it all fits together. Now let's see if we can do this, but add the first 2 bass drum notes. Bass, bass. That's easy enough because there's nothing fancy going on there, just a hi-hat. Because if you can do this much, you're already most of the way there. And from there, you could think about the hi-hat hits. We're going to be adding the other basses. So 1 and 2, 3 E and 4. There's one of them. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4. 1 and 2, 3 E and 4. Now I have the and 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4. Nothing's changed in the hands. We've just gradually added in the other bass drums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You could also go about it the other direction. So if I get rid of those bass drums on beat 3 and begin to add them back in from the and of the beat, you get this. 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, which I played earlier on. 2, 3 and then I could always add 3 if I want it. 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. All right, let's get the metronome going and play a couple of speeds before we wrap it up for today. So this is 70 beats per minute. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now let's go up to 80. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And up to 90. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a. And here's 100 beats per minute. A 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a. And it can, of course, go a lot faster. If you remember back to the very beginning of this episode, and I was demonstrating it at a faster speed on a different kit, that was actually about 165 beats per minute. And I've heard it a lot faster too. Sometimes people do like I think it's drum and bass type stuff, fast, sort of techno-y sounding stuff that goes really, really quick. And it's basically the Boogaloo Groove sped up. So very, very useful groove. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that if you found this difficult to do and you couldn't match up with the speeds just yet, that you'll slow this down and practice it at a speed that feels comfortable to you on your own time. And just take it nice and slow and easy and go for getting that sticking down. You know, bass, bass, right, right, left, right, left, right. You know, both or however we were saying it. You know, take it slow, learn that sequence, and you know, just get comfortable with it, and that will reward you by giving you a pretty smooth rendition of the Boogaloo, and you can work your way up from there. So I hope you found this to be a useful lesson and that you're excited about practicing this and getting it going, and let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any other questions that you'd prefer to contact me directly about, please feel free to contact my website, kitmills.com, anytime, and I'd be happy to respond to you from there. If you like the video, please click the like button, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to do that, and that'll always be the easiest way to hear of upcoming videos and streams and any changes in schedule. So thank you so much for watching and drumming along with me today, and until next time, take care and keep on drumming. See you later.